Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales. Dirty discussions with Kiki and Medina Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called It's My Dick and I Want It Now. The ingredients you need: some Tito's vodka, a cucumber, lime juice, and some soda water. So what you want to do is muddle your limes with your cucumber and place that at the bottom of your glass. Put ice on top of that muddled goodness and add a shot of Tito's, and then you will shake it up, top it off with some soda water, and use a lime for garnish. And that is It's My Dick and I Want It Now.
I'm about to be drinking those for the rest of the week because that's how I'm feeling. Like, I've set up some appointments and look, for the next couple of weeks. So
you got multiple appointments.
Yeah. So I just need, it's already been discussed. So when I make the call or the text, I don't want no back talking. Okay.
How does that discussion go? I'm just curious. Hey, I'm pulling up. That's my dick and I need it. So go ahead and drop it off. 12 a.m. What's up?
Well, honestly, it's been like an ongoing thing for like ever since I said, oh, I'm going to be in town this date through this date. So it's just like, all right, so I've landed. What time slots you trying to take? And then he will usually respond. And I like to say things and like incorporate words like slots, holes, fill me up type things. Something to where I know that he is going to say something smart in response. So I haven't sent one yet. I will let y'all know what happens because I'm going to Miami first.
Oh,
I ain't got nothing set up for Miami. Miami is really family time.
But if you do want to set something up in Miami, here's the thing about Miami. It's easy to get on one of them apps and meet a fine-ass nigga.
When's the last time you were on the apps?
Well, it's been a minute.
Right. So, girl, the quality is dwindling.
But I feel like the quality in Miami is still going to be Miami
But
quality.
I don't want to meet a stranger in Miami.
That's smart, and it's COVID.
Yeah.
Even
if it wasn't COVID, I don't want to meet a stranger necessarily right now to fuck. I'm good on that. But I mean, I'm open to meeting just new men just to meet them and see what happens later. I'm only going to be in Miami for like a day and a half. That's not enough time.
Are you staying on South Beach?
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. All right.
Yeah, so I'm excited. Yeah, I can't wait for that. But Texas will be different. And then I decided, I was looking at flights because I kept booking one ways to each destination. And I was like, I'm going to stay a little longer. So I decided to extend my trip and I'll be back at some point next week.
Well,
I was like, let me see when we record. So I can make sure I'm back in time because I don't want to lug all of this stuff with me.
It does
but
become
I'm
a hassle.
excited.
And then setting up to record when your 4-year-old nephew's running around and you're sitting here talking about fucking and sucking and getting flued out.
I was thinking about that because I'm like, my nieces are there, not in Texas, but in Florida. And then also like all of the cords, plugging stuff up. And then what I always get nervous about now that I have fiber internet at home, when I go other places and the internet upload speeds are so fucking slow, it's just like, this is gonna take hours and hours and hours. It makes a difference.
Yeah.
Like a huge difference. What you got going on this week?
This week, I have been trying to be productive. As you all know, I am a Libra. And sometimes that makes it hard to focus. And I have a little touch of ADD. But I have really strapped down. There's a product that I'm working on. And I've had a lot of obstacles. So I'm trying to keep my head high and just keep working towards the goal. So that's what I'm going to do this week. There will be
What kind of product is it?
A beauty product. So it's a little difficult. And it's okay though. So that my main goal is focusing on that for the rest of this week and this weekend, and maybe going out like once. But that's what I've been doing. My mom popped up in town. We spent family time. My brother just had a baby. Shout out to little baby Zadie. She got a little attitude, I think, and she's just a baby.
Why?
I was holding her, and she looked at me and she blinked and she put her hand up like, let's not get too close. I mean, her facial expressions are just so
no.
hilarious. And I say, you know what, little mixed girl, we're not going to have none of them attitudes. But she's precious.
You froze and you were imitating your niece, and it was like... Okay, so your niece has an attitude.
She has a little attitude so far. Like, her facial expression. I got to show you some pictures. Every face that she's making is just like... It's hilarious, but she's adorable. So I spent a lot of family time this weekend. Of course, Kiki and I, we have some bonus content coming for y'all soon. We did a little class, a little special sexy class, and I had so much fun doing that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I would do that again. The instructor, we did this dance class and we got our own little choreographed routine. The instructor was really cool. She really challenged us. My legs still hurt.
And y'all did it in heels. Y'all, I tried to start off in heels and I couldn't finish out in heels. I definitely had my Yeezys on.
I had straightened my hair that day and I was looking like a lion by the time it was time to go. Like, my roots were so puffy because we were really in there breaking a sweat. And
we were
then
really in there breaking a sweat. We put knee pads on.
Oh yeah, we did have to put knee pads on because I wish I had some little toe covers or something too, because that was uncomfortable as well. And so, like, when I just have more of an appreciation for the dancers when I see them performing and they're doing all of these hard ass moves. Like, we only had a couple 8 counts. It was like 1 minute, the dance.
Yeah.
So imagine doing like a Beyonce tour. That's a lot of work. Not that I didn't realize it was, but it was crazy. So yeah, that'll be up on Patreon. Remember, y'all can join our Patreon, patreon.com/CockTales. The episode that comes out Monday is the episode I did with my friend Marcus. Y'all, I embarrassed myself. You have to, if you are a $3 patron, I promise I'm not trying to squeeze more money out of you, but you need to see it, because I think if you listen to it, you will get a different vibe than looking at how fucking stupid and goofy I look while I'm talking to him. And it's just embarrassing, but I enjoyed the talk, and then it made me realize, you know, I think he's a cool guy and everything, but I'm like, I don't even really like him. I just think he's fine, because I don't think our personalities would match. Fine? He was, and he was just smiling and stuff, and he's got a little bit of an accent. Yeah, he has beautiful teeth.
What kind of accent?
He's from New Orleans, so he has a little bit of a New Orleans accent, but not like a huge New Orleans accent. But I also have to keep my flirting to a minimum because he's dating somebody, and I guess she's special or whatever. So shout out to you. Oh,
she's probably about to join Patreon. She's gonna join Patreon too.
What the fuck is this hoe talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she gonna be like, what is y'all doing?
Yeah,
go ahead and join those, sis, and tell your friends too, because look.
Right, we were talking about what men want and what his type was. We talked about sex toys. I was asking him about sex toys. Now, I was thinking about like vibrators and stuff. He thought I was talking about something totally different. So y'all need to watch the episode to get an idea. It's already edited and queued up. It'll be in the morning. I was like, y'all not gonna get me this week. I'm gonna be early, so I'm gonna try and do better. But yeah, check that out, and then you'll see our dance on there, our sexy dance. I want to try that. Somebody suggested, what do you think about this? Somebody suggested I should do the dance and like record myself doing it and send it to a guy. Like a guy, I don't care if like I feel embarrassed later or whatever, because he don't really matter, and practice sending it to gauge responses to see if it really actually does look sexy or not, and then send it to somebody who I really want to see it once I get like a good response.
Let me tell you something. Whoever suggested that, I say thank you to them, because I think sending people dance videos is the greatest thing. And you know, I really can't dance that well. I got a little sex appeal. Last year, for someone's birthday, I did a whole dance routine. I made up the 8 count. It was really just a lot of head swinging. And, like, I was in some lingerie and some jean shorts. And I sent it to him for his birthday. And I'm pretty sure I looked like a fool. But I felt so good doing it, and he appreciated it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Definitely. And see. I don't know who I really want to actually be the final person to receive the video. I don't know. Maybe I'll meet him this week. You said something about being a Libra, and it made me think. So earlier, I was listening to this video, and I'd gone to my aunt's house last week. So something about it being a new moon in Pisces. And it's, for me, it's supposed to be a good time for love. So like, wish me luck. But I listened to the Libra one too, because my moon sign is Libra. It said for Libra, it's a good time to like focus on your work stuff. So it's good that you said that that's your plan. So last week it was like leading up to it, and now this week, you know, you take action. I think that's how it goes. Do you be listening to videos and stuff like that that tell you like more specific things?
I don't, but what I have started doing lately, and Hannah got me into it, is pulling my cards daily.
What cards?
And now I'm remembering.
Like tarot cards?
They're tarot cards, but it's not like, I gotta ask her what it is. It's like this daily card ritual. You pull them in the morning and at night, and then you compare them. And I'm a Libra rising. I'm a Libra rising. And then I think I'm an Aquarius moon.
Okay.
I think. But I be trying to keep up. I follow Instagram accounts and read what they say, but that's about it. I'm getting confused.
I get very confused. It's so much information. And like my aunt, y'all, is so into this stuff, and she studies it a lot. Like all the spiritual stuff she's really into. Like I forgot, she did all of her training a couple of years ago. She's a Reiki master now, so she can do that. She's really into crystals. And so I like to listen to her and try and get information. So anyway, she sent me the YouTube video. And then when I was at her house after the dance class, we were talking about this stuff. And I'm like, honestly, I retain very little information that you share with me about this stuff.
Do you follow the Hood Healer on Instagram?
I do.
I follow her, but sometimes she be getting an attitude. I'd be like,
she does get an attitude. And then sometimes she says some really ignorant shit. Yeah, she's a hood healer. And I just be like, you know what? Some things, girl, I can't get with.
I'm like, are you healed?
Okay. And it's interesting to me because with a lot of stuff, people suggest that you be totally sober, and she's high a lot and drinking.
Really?
She be talking about smoking weed and drinking and stuff, but a lot of times they tell you, you know, well, I guess it depends on what it actually is that you're doing. Because I know, like, for Reiki, Sean was telling me it's important for her not to drink if she's going to be doing Reiki on someone. And so I was like, that sucks. But she smokes and stuff, or she's talked about it at least. Yeah, but I find this stuff to be really interesting, and I've been looking into that. And then another one of my friends, she's into like a lot of stuff. And I'm like, girl, I don't know. You over here casting spells and stuff.
I had a friend like that. I feel like she put a spell on me.
You feel like it's a spell on you?
I feel like I got rid of it, but I do feel like she had put a spell on me. My hair was falling out a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, and she used to do my hair, and she was giving me all these candles and shit, and I was like, I threw every single candle away.
Did you look up a ritual, like how to throw the candles away in case you did something to them?
I took them outside to the outside dumpster. Across the street.
That would make me nervous. Yeah. One of my friends, she said that she did a spell on this guy, and it was like he had pissed her off, I guess. And so she bought this spell off this girl on Instagram, and he started having all kind of issues, like physical injuries and things. And I'm like, bitch, I'm scared of you.
I'm scared too. I would be like, are you hungry? You need anything? Can I do anything?
Right.
For you?
I'm glad I don't see her very often, because less time, less issues. I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to ask you about.
Have you been on any dates?
No, but I want to go on some. So I decided what I'm going to do when I get back home is I'm going to find like just some little activities that I can do. And I was talking to one of my girlfriends about it, and she was like, oh yeah, we need to do this, this, and this. And so I was like, okay, I mean, maybe we can have an outing, but I was really talking about stuff for me to just do by myself. And I feel like when I go out alone, it's much easier for me to meet guys. They approach me. I don't have it makes me get out of my comfort zone so that like I can talk to them. Like if I'm sitting at a restaurant bar, if I have my girlfriends there, I don't feel the need to talk to anybody.
Right.
I might just try and use my mind powers, which never work. So, you know, when you are meeting guys, do you find it easier to meet them when you're solo versus with a group of girls? Or no?
I mean, definitely more approach me when I'm solo, but I like it better when I'm with my friends and someone approaches me. Because I just feel more confident and I am going to really say what I want to say, as opposed to if I meet you alone, I'm going to either think you're trying to rob me, kidnap me, or just do something not good.
So then you're overly nice?
So then I'm either overly nice or I'm like, I told the one dude, stop! Back away. Like, it's like, I was like, oh, I'd rather be with my friends when you holler at me. Niggas is just scaring me left and right.
Oh my goodness.
But
well, at least you got your taser.
I got my taser and I stay strapped with that thing. Y'all better not. I'm not playing with you niggas. But I met a guy the other day in the grocery store. I was walking in and I saw him see me because my head be on a swivel. And when I was getting my cart, he came up and he was like, he was Nigerian. He was like, excuse me, can I please talk to you for a minute? And he was young.
Like somebody in Coming to America right now.
And he was like, can I please talk to you for a minute? And I was like, no, I'm really in a rush. Like, I'm trying to get my groceries. I was rushing and he gave me anxiety just coming up to me like that. He had his mask on. He had a whole little like African suit on. He smelled good. He had a really nice watch. He had a mask on. And so his phone rang. He was like, can you hold on, please? And I was like, no, I'm not going to hold on. So I left. I'm doing my grocery shopping. He finds me in one of the aisles and he seemed nice. So I was talking to him and, I gave him my number. We did some texting. He texted back like how women want people to respond. Like, just seemed really nice. And we met up for drinks like the next day after we finished our class. And that nigga took his mask off. A whole tooth is gone, bro.
In the front?
A whole tooth. The front.
I know you are lying.
It was like in the shape of a triangle. You know when
what
they shave your teeth down to get veneers? I didn't even ask him because I was just like,
oh, is that what it was? Like his veneer fell out?
No. That's not what it was. I'm just so y'all can just imagine it. It was just like a triangle, a half of a triangle. And when he took that mask down, I was like, and it was funny because I was talking to my Uber driver and I said, she like, what are you doing today? I was like, I'm just going across the street to the W, meeting a guy that I met today for drinks. I really hope he's cute because he had that mask on. The mask is fooling people. She was like, oh, I hope he's cute too. We pulled up. She saw him. He had his little polo shirt on, tucked in all the way into his pants. I was like, nigga has sandals on.
I knew he did. Were his feet ashy?
They weren't. His feet weren't ashy, but they was ugly. And I still was like, oh, I'm just going to stay. We're going to have drinks. But when he took the mask off and we sat down to have our drinks, I was just like, is God playing a joke on me? If it's not something, it's another thing. Like, I'm just like, what?
I'm sorry that happened to you.
It was horrible. We had drinks. He was nice. He was a great
that's good.
Conversation to have. And then he was like, would you like to go to 11:45 with me and my homeboys? And I
What'd you say? Did you have fun?
And I had so much fun with them.
It's been a long time since I have like met a guy like that. We go out to dinner, then we end up going to the club and doing all that. That was like the norm for so many years for me. Every man I met was a little club rat like me, and we would go to dinner. Do you remember Twist at Phipps?
Do I?
We used to go there.
That was the spot.
Then
you could start there at like noon.
Yeah. So we would start over there. I would get off work. I'd get there about 5:30. And we'd be on the patio. All the African men in the corner smoking cigars and hookah. Mind you, you guys, this particular establishment does not serve hookah. They were bringing their own. Who brought
the hookah?
The men, the African men, they was always bringing their own hookahs. We would sit outside on the patio part in a corner. They would have cigars and hookahs, and they had their own shit. They would just light it up, and it was just a good time. Oh. It was a really good time. I miss Twist. I miss all of those little spots. Really, it was like a bunch of little restaurants in different areas of Atlanta, y'all, and it just had good vibes, and it was a good time. You were always gonna meet somebody.
Always.
The food was good,
hands down. Whether they were cute or not, you were gonna have fun.
And it wasn't even about somebody being cute, really. It's just like, who got the money and who trying to spend it? Let's go out and have a good time. But I think most of those guys probably went to prison for doing fraudulent activities. Y'all know how it goes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I definitely, when I went to 11:45 with him and his homeboys, I was like, I'm definitely around some scammers because it just felt like it. You could just smell it.
Yeah, I was talking to this one guy a couple of months ago, and I had asked him, like, I knew him years ago. I met him years ago. So we were reconnecting. And I was like, so what have you been up to? Do you still have your business, all this stuff? He was like, yeah, but I think I want to be a full-time scammer. I thought he was joking. That nigga was serious. And I'm like, this doesn't last. Like, what? But that fast money lifestyle really gets to people, and they really feel like they can outsmart the government.
They're just waiting on you. I have a friend who deals with scammers, and she wanted to do some business together, and she was like, he's going to help us. And I looked at her like,
help us with what?
What's not about that? He not getting my Social Security. Because I'm telling you right now, if a penny is missing, I am killing somebody. He's not getting my information. If you have a scamming ass boyfriend, I don't trust you. You can't, no.
Yeah, no. I'm good on it. Thank you, though. Thanks, but no thanks. I forgot what made... Oh, your date. I was like, what made me even think of that? My mind has been all over the place. I've had like 5 cups of coffee.
Of what? 5
Coffee.
cups of what?
Coffee.
I thought you said Valium. I was about to say, they have cups.
Oh, girl.
This is my first cup of
I think
coffee
I would be
for the day,
dead.
and
That's your first
incredible.
cup? I love this brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso thing at Starbucks. It is so good, and they were sold out today.
Have you ever had the pink drink at Starbucks?
No. And I'll probably never have it.
So good.
That fruit in that cup,
It's
little
good.
strawberry. Oh, I hate that texture. The flavor is probably good, but no. Oh, and people love those. I'm getting the heebie-jeebies thinking about it. Like those little dried strawberries, they put them in that cup with all that other shit, and then they come to life. And then, like, remember Sonic, and they would have those strawberry slushes, and I just remember like scooping the syrup, the strawberry sauce in there. I used to work at Sonic, y'all. And filling up the thing, and it's like if you would drink it, that shit would come up the straw. Ugh, it's like snot in your. Oh my god, no!
I love it. That's crazy that you don't like that, but you can swallow cum.
I know, ain't it crazy?
Cum is literally snotty consistency.
Yeah, but I'm prepared for it. It's not like snotty consistency in a sea of watery stuff. It's just the snot, and I like for it to go to the back of my throat. But honestly, I haven't really swallowed in a very long time.
Well, speaking of swallowing and you not swallowing in a very long time, I have started to swallow. And I know I told y'all about the trick where I act like I swallow and I'm really spitting it out in the towel. I have got my man. He's not really my man, y'all. I'm very single. If you would like to holler at me, you can slide in my DMs, ask me for a phone number if you see me. Okay. But I'm going to call him my man right now. So I've been having him take the taste vitamins. A lot of people think that it's just for women. It's not just for women. The men can take it too. If he's a little tart, or if you just want him to taste like something
bitter.
else. My dude was a little tart. Yeah, he's eating a little too many ribs. So I have been having him take the taste vitamins. He's older, so he was nervous. He was like, is it healthy for me? I was like, baby, all natural. You'll be fine. Take 2 before we're going to have sex, or in the morning. Whenever you want to take them, just start taking them. I left him with a bottle. He's been taking them. I have been able to swallow his cum like a Sonic Route 44 drink. Remember the ocean water? Like ocean water.
I love ocean water. Every now and then I get a craving for one. I'm glad there's not a Sonic nearby. Had to make a little bit of a drive to get there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Made him taste very good.
Y'all gotta try
I'm glad
the taste.
That he's consistent with it.
Yeah. Because the bottle comes, how many pills is it? 30 pills in a bottle? 60? I think 60 pills.
30.
Okay.
60 count, 30 servings because you take 2.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, you guys, if you get them and then you just take them every day and just make it in your daily habit, you don't have to be timing it out for sex, because sometimes, somebody might just pop up in your city and you got to be ready. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready, You
feel me?
Mm-hmm. And use our code. We have a discount.
We have a discount code. So you go to tastevitainc.com and use code CockTales10 for a nice little bestie discount. Try it out.
Yeah, let us know what y'all think. And then, I know you're going to make some cocktails, so send us some cocktails with it. Okay. So let me go ahead and do weird sex.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. but you don't really need them to live.
This one is really short. I was looking up injuries again. I don't know why that's been on my mind, probably because my body has physically been in pain for several days and it feels like several weeks. But I was looking up like crazy injuries that bring people to the hospital. And then I was thinking about the episode we did with Jordan and he was talking about the gerbils or the hamsters.
That is crazy. That's disgusting.
That's still
bro.
like every now and then just the stuff that he was saying, something pops up in my head and I'm like, what the hell? But anyway, this man went to the hospital. So this guy's dad is a radiologist and he tells him the story. So the radiologist says this dude comes in, they do an x-ray. They're looking at the x-ray and they're like, what is this thing in your body that looks like Mickey Mouse? What is it? Do y'all know? What do you think it is?
I think it's going to be a little hamster or something.
No, it's not a hamster. This man put like an old school alarm clock up his ass. And so it's the kind where it's like the little face, little round face with the two bells at the top with the little knocker in between. So that's why I was looking like Mickey Mouse in there. And he wound it up to set the alarm. So after he put it in his body, it was going to ring. And he was hoping to stimulate his prostate.
At what cost, sir?
All his inside parts. And now you're in the hospital with this high ass bill getting x-rays, having to explain to somebody why the fuck you stuck a clock up your ass. I guess it was time for him to come.
Guess it was time. It had been a long time. He said,
He said it's been a long time and I gotta
no
make
more
sure.
time.
Okay, fuck a toy. I'm gonna get this old clock and put this rusty bitch up my ass.
He said, oh, it's daylight savings time? All right.
Starts now in 5 minutes. Let me hurry up and get this up here. I wonder like what kind of lube he used to get that up there. That seems so uncomfortable. And then how did you think it was going to come out? Like, did you always know that you were going to have to go to the hospital? Or did you think you'd be able to stick your hand?
Did you actually
part
have
I
like,
don't
a really
know.
good hard come? Was it worth it? Because I really do be wondering. I be feeling foolish when I can't make myself come with certain toys and then I get like 3 and I'm like, I got like 1 in my butthole, 1 inside of me, 1 on my, and then I stop and I look at myself. I have a mirror right next to my bed and I look at myself and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, calm down. I couldn't imagine if I took a gerbil and shoved it on my asshole because I just really needed to come.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess. I hope I don't ever get that desperate because that is disturbing and dangerous. And, you know, not that I'm like a save all the animals person because I definitely eat meat. But we don't need to just be foolishly getting rid of them for nothing.
Right.
Y'all probably both gonna die. Ugh. Anyway, that's weird sex. Nobody sent me that one, but thank you to everybody who keeps sending me stories, keep sending them to me. I'm looking at them and I try to save them because the shit be crazy. People out here are sick.
People are sick, and that's why we are going to give you guys we're going to play a little game of what would you do this episode. So we have curated a couple different what would you do scenarios, and we'll just kind of say what we would do if we would do anything. And if you ever been in that situation, what did you do?
Okay, you want to go first?
Yes.
Okay.
I will go first. Let me find one. Okay. So, Kiki, you and Bae are at the mall and another man approaches you to get your phone number. Bae sees it, but he acts like he doesn't see it. And you see him see it.
So are we standing together?
You're standing together. Okay, let me really paint the picture. Let's say you're standing together. You're at the Starbucks line.
Okay.
A dude comes up and he's like, hey, you know, I saw you. I think you're beautiful. I would love to get you. And as the dude approaches you, Bae just like walks away and acts like he has a phone call.
I'm going to have an attitude. I mean, I feel like I read the scenarios. Everything's going to give me an attitude. Not hard to do. But first of all, why did you walk away? and you see somebody trying to talk to me, are you trying to start a fight with me? Are you trying to see how I'm going to handle myself in the situation? Kudos to this man over here because he's pretty bold, but he also might be the type to go upside my head later. So I don't know. I'm going to politely decline.
That is bold.
Yeah, I'm going to politely decline the new guy who approaches, and then I'm going to get an attitude with my man and be like, why would you walk away? So what if you had a phone call? You saw this man coming over here to approach me. That was like, what? I don't understand. I need you to explain.
I would be like, oh my gosh, am I with a punk? Like, one thing, like, not that I just want a man that's just going to be trying to fight everybody for no reason. Obviously, I want you to cherish your life and mine, and we all want to make it home. There's no reason to just be out here fighting niggas. But I also want to know that, like, you got my back. Like, after dealing with Carlos and, like, knowing how much of a man he was, and that's just not, you're not going to allow that. He's going to respectfully decline for me. Like, she's good.
She's good. Me. That's the perfect thing to do. Oh, she's good. The fuck?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, homeboy. I guess you didn't see me. Like, but yeah, we're together. Like, something. You just walk away.
And if you didn't want me, then say that. You could have said that before I was standing in line with your dusty ass anyway.
Yeah, and then even sometimes I went to lunch with my brother this past weekend, and there was this fine man at the restaurant we went to. We went to Casillo, I think that's how you spell it. It is a really cute little restaurant. We went, it was me, my brother, Zane, and my mom. And it looked like me and my brother were a couple, and that was our baby. When the dude, I could tell the dude wanted to talk to me, but he was being respectful. But if you really just need to know, I told him, he came to the table, I said, excuse me, I just want you to know this is my brother. This is not my man, and that's my nephew. That is not my child, and this is my mom.
That's why we all look alike.
Yeah, like if I see you kind of like looking and I see you. My brother was cracking up, and so was my mom. I was like, I just wanted to put that out there. If you did want to ask me for my phone number, he didn't, but the moral of the story was, you know, if you a nigga and you see a girl with a dude and they seem kind of like distant, maybe it's not. I don't think it's a problem to say, hey, are you together? And if he says yeah, then that's okay.
You go away.
Yeah, thanks.
I guess I didn't even think about that. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Next situation. Your man wants a threesome. And you say, you know what? He's been a good man. I'm going to set it up. So you set it up. You pick the other woman. And when it comes to threesome night, the woman actually ends up being way more into you and totally ignores him. He sits on the edge of the bed and pouts. What do you do?
Oh, he's pouting?
He's pouting.
I would be like, baby, what do you want us to do? I would ask him, like, how do you want this to go? I think I would stop it and be like, okay, let's readjust. I would keep trying to include him, because one thing that does not feel good is being left out of anything for real in life, whether it's sexual or not. So I would have to have a conversation with the girl, like, hey, you're here for both of us, so let's switch positions. He's gonna fuck you, and I'm gonna eat his booty hole. Remember that clip that you showed when we did that live? I have been dying to do that. Like, I want to do that. It just looks like the man feels so appreciated. And so I would ask him if he would like to do that and tell her we're doing it. And if you can't get with both of us, like, we probably just gonna have to, like, stop.
It's time for you to go.
Yeah, I love him. And that is Aubrey Graham. You are not gonna leave him out of nothing.
That happened to me before. Well, a similar situation. So I had set up a threesome with me and this guy who I was seeing at the time. And the girl came over. He kind of had an attitude. I don't know. And I was like, I should have followed my first mind and been like, you know what? Not tonight. Because he was just acting weird. And I didn't get it. I mean, later I found out it's because he had another girlfriend. So that's why you were acting weird all day. But, you know, I didn't know that day. I didn't know it for a couple of months. But anyway, I set up the threesome. We all went to dinner and had drinks before. And then we went back to his house. So we go back to his house. And I guess he just thought that it was going to be like, all right, I'm here. Everybody do something for me. And I was like, this is horrible threesome etiquette. Now it's rude. And you're embarrassing me in front of my new friend. Like, So anyway, she just wasn't into him, right? And so she would let him touch her, but she didn't want to suck his dick. He tried to eat her pussy. She kind of like moved and was like, I'm good. Like, she just really wasn't into him, but she didn't do it rude. And so he could tell that she just wasn't really feeling him like that. So he got up and he just sat on the edge of the bed, and then he went to the bathroom, and he was in there for a while, and he didn't come back. And so he texted me and was like, well, y'all can go ahead and finish. And then after that, she needs to go.
He texted you from the bathroom?
From the bathroom. And so me and her both got up and left.
When you throw the vibe off in a threesome, it's like, y'all, everybody check your attitudes at the door, check your confidence levels. Like, we don't have to do this, but if we're going to do it, it needs to be done right.
Right. And it's like, I have had plenty of successful threesomes. I know how to act. I don't know what was up with him. And I feel like the girl was open at first, but it was him who switched things up. And I'm like, this is why I should have never gave you this treat in the first place. You were unworthy.
Did y'all keep talking after that?
No.
That is just, don't be pouting. Even if something's not going your way, don't pout. Don't just get up and, could you imagine nigga just get up, storm out, slam the door?
Yeah, I can imagine it because his ass was doing it. I'm like, this is so fucking lame. Like, grow up.
What did the girl say? Was she like?
She was like, this is awkward. She was like, he's obviously upset, but I felt like he had an attitude, and I don't know, his vibe was off, but I didn't want to just leave. And I was like, yeah, it is off, but we can both leave. So that's what we did.
Yeah, we can all just
can go
and leave.
I don't want to be here neither. Okay, what's the next one?
Okay, you and Bay are at the mall. You're at Phipps. He has money, so let's just say he has money. He is shopping. He's buying himself all types of clothes. He done went to Gucci. He got a couple different Gucci belts. He got some Gucci slides. He got himself some nice little jeans. Like, he's just shopping.
Did he give me something?
He doesn't ask you if you want anything.
That's rude.
It is rude, but I also think this type of scenario, sometimes I feel like men will kind of test you. And even though he didn't ask you if you want anything, he's trying to see if you're just going to jump in. Mm-hmm. Because I think in my ripe age of 32, at this point, I would be like, oh, okay, I guess we're shopping. But if it was like in my 20s, I probably would have not got anything. And I would have been scared to be like, do I get something?
Mm-hmm. And like it's just like when you're younger, you're so nervous about things, and it's like even when you talk yourself up in your head to do the things that like all your friends tell you to do who have the things, and then you get ready to do it, it don't be coming out right when you try.
And then the niggas know that you're not used to that life, and they know you don't know what you're doing. I remember one time I asked a nigga to buy me a Gucci belt. This was a long time ago. And I accidentally, he was like, sure, which one you want? Do you know that I just went to the site and screenshotted the first Gucci belt I saw, and he was like, this is a men's Gucci belt. Who am I buying it for? You or like a dude? I was like, I didn't look. I actually don't know any designer stuff, and I just wanted one. Like, when you be young, you be dumb. Like, girl,
oh my gosh.
Niggas can tell when a bitch ain't used to the life, and they're like, okay, no, and I'm not calling you.
What would I do today, this week, how I'm feeling today? I'm definitely going to ask for something. And then if he says no, I'm going to be upset. And depending on how petty I'm feeling that day and how much money I got in my account, I might just buy the shit myself and leave.
Oh, you a real one. Now, I ain't buying it myself.
You can always return it, girl. I mean, it's just to prove the point. The fuck? I can't be getting my card declined now. What we getting? Is it $1,000 or is it going to be $5,000? Now, I'm not trying to get shamed in these people's store.
That would be the worst. You try to boss up and you're like, oh, it's all right, I got it. And then the sales rep comes like, excuse me, ma'am, do you have another form of payment? It didn't go through. You're like, try it again. I just got paid.
Mm-hmm. It's money in my account. You never want to be that person.
Well, I forgot. I've been traveling, and so
it's just my daily limit because I had some people like try and steal some money from me. So
yeah, fraud. Like it's a lot of scammers out here,
which is true.
I would be so pissed.
Yeah. Okay, I got another one. This situation. Well, I'll tell you that later. Okay, so let's imagine that you're married. Things are going fine at home, right? So you go out with some friends and you run into an old fling who's looking better than ever. Huh?
I said, I'm cheating.
I know you are. So it says you guys start flirting and you end up cheating with him. 2 months later, you realize you're pregnant and you don't know if it's your husband's baby or not. What do you do?
Get that bread and that abortion. I'm not having the child. That's one of those things that I'm just not, I don't want to go through that. You feel me? Like, I'm not going through it. I think I made a horrible decision. I'm probably going to need to have a therapist after this. I would take the secret to the grave. I would let the side bae know. And it depends on, did he fall in love with me? Is he going to be like, you need to keep this baby? I might just have the abortion. He's not in love?
He's not in love. It was just a thing. Your husband doesn't know. Nobody knows but you.
Yeah, I gotta have that abortion. You could say, if you said things are happy at home and I just made this horrible mistake, I can't. What are we doing? Like, I'm gonna go break up our household. Apple and Olive are gonna be fatherless because their dad's gonna leave. I can't. I'm so sorry, unborn baby. I made a mistake. I'm dumb. I can't have you. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna end up getting a divorce. And I admit it's a dumb decision that I made. I shouldn't have done that shit. Why didn't we wrap it up? I'm not on birth control because I'm old. This was stupid. I'm not having this child.
You sound like this is actually happening. Calm down. Woo! All right. Well, husband's baby or not, you already know what I'm gonna do.
Secrets that we take to the grave.
Yeah.
So do our parents.
So something I thought about the girl who wrote an advice letter asking about cheating. I couldn't remember if it was her boyfriend or her husband on that high school guy. And then in one of my books that I recently read, this girl got pregnant by this one guy, but she didn't want to tell anybody who it was because she was trying to get somebody to give her $500 for an abortion. So she was just picking different people. And so the real baby daddy, she tried to blackmail him. He went to a store, shot somebody. Well, he tried to stick up a store for $500. The dude at the store shot him. Like, you're not stealing from me. This is my store. Shot him. So he died. So she was like, fuck, I still need this 500. So she picked this other guy. She tried and this is like years ago. I think this was happening in like the 60s or the 70s. So then she goes to another guy. And so this girl is black. The baby daddy is white. So she was like, I need to get another white person, which is going to be hard to do. It must have been the 60s. It's going to be hard to get a white man. Or I need to get somebody who's really, really light skinned. Because she ain't that light. So it was an albino guy in the neighborhood. So she convinced him that he was the daddy. And then he ended up overdosing on heroin. So then she ended up having the baby.
Pussy does she have?
How many what?
I said, what kind of killer pussy does she have?
She hadn't even fucked that man. She was trying to convince him to fuck her so that she could later say, oh, I'm pregnant. Like, she was early on. It's a mess. The whole book is a mess. Y'all should read it. It's called... which one is that? It's called The Upper Room. But it's really good. But anyway.
Pregnancy scares be not like I have had a few, my friends have had a few, especially during quarantine. Niggas is just out here getting pregnant. And
thank God that passed over my house.
When people have to get, like, when women have to search for the money for an abortion, I just sometimes be like, okay, ma'am, look at who you're fucking, because I'm a strong believer in, made a couple mistakes, but for the most part, if I got pregnant by any man right now that's in my life, we would be fine if we decided to have the baby or if we didn't. Me asking for the money for an abortion is not really because I don't have it. It's because I was just telling one of my friends this. She thought she was pregnant. She didn't want to tell the dude. You are going to feel this stress. I'm not going to be the only one stressed out over here crying at night, not knowing what's going on. So if it's going to be stress to your pockets or just stress to you mentally, where you think I'm going to have the baby and I really know I'm not. We both going to be stressed. I'm sorry. We got to go through this together. We both did this together, my nigga. I hate when bitches be trying to save a nigga. I'm not going to tell him. I'm just going to go get it. No. Even if you're just getting a plan B, let that nigga be stressed. Because y'all both was irresponsible. I'm sorry.
And then outside of like what the man has and what kind of man you're fucking, you could end up in a situation where your baby daddy might have been straight, but that's your baby daddy. That's not your husband. So if he gets in a car accident tomorrow, y'all have this unborn child, you are shit out of luck. So you need to have your shit together too. If you want to be out here fucking everybody, no protection, being risky, like you need to be responsible as well. Because we all know people will just
have
like everybody think about all that.
Plan Bs.
Huh?
You're saying. I said, and also have a shit ton of backup plan Bs.
Yeah, this is not an ad, but GoPuff. Have you heard of GoPuff?
GoPuff?
Mm-hmm. It's an app.
No.
It's like Uber Eats, They'll bring you condoms. They'll bring you Plan Bs. Tampons, snacks. I got some Gushers from there. Emergency panties. And they're pretty quick. They usually get to me in about 15 minutes. They have all kind of stuff. It's like a convenience store with stuff like that on there. They've got lube. You know, sometimes you get to somebody's house and they're like, oh, they ain't got no condoms, and that's the excuse. Don't nobody want to leave. Don't worry about it. GoPuff will deliver. Anyway, yeah, I just thought I would share the knowledge because Plan B is a hell of a lot cheaper, and don't quote me, but I feel like it's safer than having to get an abortion later on down the line. Okay,
That's facts.
let's do 2 more scenarios.
Okay, so you are dating a guy. He takes you to a family event, family function. You're excited, and you meet his sisters, and they're rude to you. I'm talking about mean black girl rude. They don't even acknowledge you the whole time you're there.
Where am I at?
You're at a family function. Let's say it's a barbecue.
Okay.
You're with him. He introduces you. They're just kind of like...
I don't know why you always be saying mean black girl rude. We are not the only rude ones.
I'm not saying we're not the only rude ones, but I say that because black girls have been extremely rude to me, especially when you're happy. I don't know why.
When you're happy?
But it's been like that since high school. So when I say that, it's from my personal experience from mean black women. Not all of them are mean. Not all of us are mean. But even I know how to tap into the mean black girl. And so do you, Kiki.
It could just be being girls. But go ahead with the scenario.
So what would you do?
If they're mean to me, I'm not really going to do anything because that's your family. And if they're mean to me, they're mean. I'm going to have a conversation with you later. I don't really care to see them. I don't need to do anything or spend time with them again. If they're not cool with me, if they're not open to me or receptive to me, okay, but I feel like this is your family. I'm not getting in the middle of your family stuff, so I need you to address it first before I say something, because when I say something, that's going to put you in a sticky situation. Let me tell you what's going on, because maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't see it, but I'm going to address my man. If he doesn't handle it, he can be replaced. I've been single long enough. I'm used to it. It's fine. Or, you know, hopefully he does say something. And it's like, you don't have to come at your sisters talking to them crazy. But I've had a situation like that happen where I wasn't the person that was dating or anything. But I witnessed something where a sister was rude to a guy, her brother's girlfriend. I didn't like that. So I had a conversation with the sister about it. And I had a conversation with him about it too, because it's like, in a situation like this, like, I know that you're learning. You need to speak up. And you need to address your sister. Don't just let it slide. I don't like
situations like that. I've been in some where women are mean to you, but if it was ever like my significant other, I would really have to, like, we have to have a conversation. Like you said, I got to talk to babe, because one thing that is a huge fear of mine is marrying someone and our families don't mesh. I am very close to my family. I hope you are very close to your family. I have heard horror stories about people getting married and somebody don't like the mama, or the sisters don't get along, or it's fighting. And it's like, I would die if I married into some shit like that. My babies can't stay with your mom, or they can't stay with your sisters. I don't trust it. No, I want us to be one big happy family, please. Let's fix it, or we can't get married.
I think I could be with somebody if their sisters didn't like me. We would just limit our interactions and just know he's not coming home for the holidays. He'll be spending the holidays with me. Unless I just won't come.
That.
And I don't have to.
That would make me sad.
It would be unfortunate, but depending on how I felt about him and if he stood up for me, everybody, I would hope that the girls could at least be respectful. Like, you don't have to go out of your way to be mean to me. You could just not deal with me. I'm not going to bother you. I'm not going to be trying to be your best friend. Like, you've made it clear you don't really fuck with me. But I love your brother, and hopefully you love your brother too. So we should be able to get along well enough for him. But I think if he addressed it and it was okay with him, it wasn't like something that I felt like I was tearing the family apart, we just won't be dealing with them. And honestly, I feel like a lot of times a lot of guys, I've noticed that it seems like girls around holidays, they really want to spend every holiday with their families. And you just spend, like, even like, I think about like my mom and Martin, we spent the holidays with my mom's family most of the time. It's not that we weren't welcome or invited to go to his, but it was just like, I guess that was just their agreement. Like, it was really important to her. We gonna be spending stuff with my family. We can do stuff with yours too. I don't mind switching them up. But yeah, I mean, if they can't act right, we won't spend holidays together.
I can't wait to tell someone one day, I really love your brother.
Okay, here's my last one. You and Bae are out on a date and he excuses himself to the restroom. He texts you about 5 minutes later and says to meet him in there, third door on the right. You go in all excited, and when you open the door and squeeze in so nobody sees somebody else is in there, you get slapped with the smell of matches and boo-boo and realize he took a shit and tried to clear the smell with the little match trick. He said, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Are you turned off, or do you still want to get a quickie in?
Oh, no, we're not getting no quickie in. I don't. Hey, look, this is nasty now. Like, I know I'm not doing that. Like, the smell of pooty when you're having sex is not a good, it's just
it
not
never
a good thing.
smells good. Why would you invite me in here?
Like,
did you think the smell really went away? You should have went to a different
and I'm about
restroom.
to have my whole face down there, and we're about to be like, no, like it's gonna no, and then you don't know if you wiped good. Sometimes you don't wipe good. No, I'm not doing this, baby. I'm so sorry. I'm going back to the table, and you need to do. This happened to me, like not this situation, but when I was out of town a couple of weeks ago, me and Bae were getting into the shower. And then when I got out of the shower, I was like, oh my God, we were both in the shower together. We were kissing, we were about to have sex. And then when we got out of the shower, I was like, oh my gosh, like something's not sitting with my stomach right. Please, please, please get out, get out, get out, get out. So he gets out. He goes into the room. I turn on the water and make it loud in there because I didn't know how it was going to sound. You know, sometimes your stomach's rumbling. You don't know if the rumble is going to transfer out of your butthole. And I just don't like when people hear stuff like that, no matter how comfortable we are. It's not sexy. So like I'm in there and I'm like, and then I flush the toilet and then he peeks his head back in and it was funky. And he was like, are you going to get like back in the shower? Because we were about to have sex and I was like, oh, I didn't plan on it. Because I had used wet wipes and everything. I really did clean myself up. He was like, I'm not going to be able to like get hard if I don't hear you get back in that shower. I was like, okay, baby. I got back in the shower because I get it. It's a shitty situation. Like wash your ass with some water.
It's soap.
And some soap and spread it and let it run down and really make sure you're good before somebody, especially if you're eating pussy and I just took a shit. Like the smell, it's asshole. Like, go ahead and put that dove in between them cheeks.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's it for the scenarios. Before we move on to Indecisive Diane, though, I did want to tell y'all about these new hair products I've been using. So I've used them before, but there's a new line. And before I even tell you what it is, there's so many women out there, like all of us, who are taking liberties and freedoms in every area of life. And it includes the way that we wear our hair. We want something that smells great and something that's healthy. Because have you got like natural products and they smell like dirt? I have.
Or they always smell like cocoa butter or shea butter, and that's great. But sometimes I want a variety of smell. Why can't I smell like apples?
I like the earthy tones, but sometimes I want something with more of a floral scent, just something different, you know, and something that's also gonna work because I don't want it to be full of perfumes and it don't do nothing and my hair is crunchy or super weighed down. Anyway, I have been using the Talia Wajid Green Apple and Aloe collection because, you know, it does all of those things that I really need. And so I used it before I washed my hair after the dance class. And I really like the way it feels. They have so many different products that are made with all natural ingredients, vitamins A, B, C, and everybody's favorite, vitamin D. And the products, they're just really good. I love the way they smell. I love the consistency and the way that they feel. And I know I've shared a few times about my scalp and the dandruff. And while that's not something that will be cured overnight, there is an oil with a little twisty nozzle so I can get in there even when I have like micro links or eye tips or whatever. I can get in there really easily with that. So anyway, I think it's really good. I think you guys should try it out. It smells good. This is the green apple.
I literally just washed my hair with it last night. Yesterday was wash day. I used that oil because my scalp gets crusty right here. Just right here. And I took a little dab of that oil and put it right.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, mine is like right here. And then it'll come down. It's annoying. But anyway, they've got some great stuff. I really hope you guys try it. You can get it at Walmart. You can also get it at Sally Beauty Supply. And then on top of that, you can go to naturalhair.org and you can use the promo code CTTW. I'll put it in the description box. And if you get it there, you can get 30% off. So I will go ahead and head on over there. Yeah, 30% is like a...
Y'all better hop on that.
So, get on there and get your... remember, the code is CTTW. You get 30% off, and it's naturalhair.org. They have more details. You can look at the ingredients, see all of the different products. They have shampoos, conditioners, like curly pudding type stuff, curl gels, oils, a spray and leave-in conditioner. I like that too. I use that when I had my tape ends and I had the curly tape ends. I would use that on there, and it was light enough to where it wasn't weighing the curls down and I could have big hair. I think I'm gonna try that soon.
I like the gel also. The big large canister of gel. It's like when I was wearing my hair curly last week, I put some on my edges and I didn't even have to use the toothbrush because I don't know how to shape it, but the gel just like laid perfectly.
It's a good gel. They got some good products. Y'all check them out and send us your pictures of your hair. Okay, so with that being said, we can go ahead and move on to Indecisive Diane and then get into the advice and cocktails.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
Hey ladies, it's me, Indecisive Diane, and I love finding out about new brunch places. Don't you hate when someone says, where do you want to brunch, and you don't have an answer? I gotcha. Go to Toast on Lenox. Here's the address, 2770 Lenox Road. It's right next to Lenox. It's so cute. Southern style breakfast and brunch. Open Monday to Wednesday. Actually, Wednesday to Monday. Go there, you're gonna love it. Bye!
Okay, and we are back from Indecisive Diane, and it is time for advice. Remember, if you guys would like to ask a question on the show, email it to us, askcocktails@gmail.com. Do you have one pulled up already?
I do.
Okay.
When did we? No, I don't. You go.
Okay.
We read this one with Jordan.
Okay. So this is not something that somebody sent in the email, but this was a conversation that we were having. This is someone else's advice that they sent somewhere else in a group chat of mine. We were all discussing it, and I want to know what you think. So it says, my husband's baby mama threw a birthday party for their 10-year-old daughter yesterday. The baby mama told my husband that I was not invited, so my husband did not go. Now, my husband's family, mostly unmarried women, are bashing him for his decision to stand with me, and they are accusing him of being a bad father. His own mother said that I should have been understanding and not become upset if he had gone to the party without me. The baby mama and I have no bad blood. We have never been disrespectful to one another, have not had an argument or any dispute, but she told my husband that I was not welcome to the party because of my attitude. By the way, his daughter loves me, and I am known for being very kind and direct. Is my husband right for standing with me, or should he have left me behind to attend his daughter's party to satisfy the family he came from? What do you think?
Why did he not go again to the party?
He didn't go because the baby mama said that his wife is not welcome to come to the party. So he just didn't go at all.
I stand with him because I think sometimes you have to prove these points. And to me, that's not something that's, if it was like a detrimental thing that I feel like the child would be like, this is going to be trauma. You can talk to your child, and y'all can even have a separate party for the baby girl and let her know how much she's loved and cared for. But I do feel like sometimes, just like we were talking about with if family's disrespecting your significant other, sometimes I feel like you have to stand with the person that you love if you think it's worth it. And if that's your wife, I think that he made the right decision. I do think you have to have a conversation with the baby girl, and then how old is she? If she's young
10.
enough to where she's not even going to remember, she's 10, so a conversation does need to be had, and a discussion needs to be had with the baby mama. Hey, look, you see how this turned out. We need to look at the best interest, have the best interest in mind for our child. And so I don't know what you need to do to feel comfortable with me bringing my wife along, but this is my wife. I love her. We have a child together, and I need my child to see that I love her too. And this is her stepmom. And respect needs to be had on all different platforms. But we're not going to do this again.
Yeah.
I get it.
I get it, but then I feel bad because I wasn't thinking about the baby mama and set an example for her. I just hope that he didn't just not show up to the party and have the little girl there, like, not knowing that her mama said that her stepmom can't come, not knowing any of this, looking at the door every 5 minutes, trying to see if her dad showed up. Like, I hope that, I mean, if this was a real situation, I hope that, you know, he talked to her. And I feel like a separate party would have been good too, because they must live close if he can just go or not go or whatever. So hopefully they did something else for the little girl and they don't have to go through this again. But that's crazy to me.
I also think when people are in like toxic situations like that you really can't escape because y'all have a child together, I just think therapy is important for the child, and also to always have these ongoing discussions with your child, and then letting the baby mama know, do you want your child to see you behave this way or us behave this way? It's about the kid. And I be feeling, people forget that. You trying to be spiteful, and now her dad isn't here. You know she wants her dad there. Like,
Right.
I don't like when baby mamas or baby daddies be doing that. You trying to get back at me, but you're hurting the child. It's childish. Stop.
Yeah,
I'm
and
married
she's
now.
old
I'm
enough
not with
to
you.
know
We
that.
have to make this work. You're going to be in our life forever. We're going to be in each other's lives forever. My new wife is going to be here. We got to
And
figure
you don't have to
something
talk
out.
to her.
Yeah.
At the party, like, you're hosting a party for your child. Like, and especially if y'all haven't been having issues, you just feel like she has an attitude with you, I'm assuming, not with the child, because I guess they would have mentioned that. Come on. Like, that's just, it's so petty to me. Because it's really about baby girl. Oh, well. Did you find one? If
I
not,
didn't find one.
Okay,
So we can
well,
just move on to cocktails.
yeah. Okay, so now it is time for the cocktails. Remember, if you have a cocktail and you would like to share it with us, you can email us, cocktails.atl@gmail.com. Okay, so do you have a cocktail?
Yes, I do. I'm
Okay.
just going to share one of my very own that is short and sweet and to the point. So,
Mine is short, too.
okay. I have a sex partner. Like I said, I do not have a boyfriend. If you're interested in being him, you can DM me. But I have a sex partner who we have a really great relationship. Communication is on point. We make each other happy. We travel to see each other. We go on trips together. He's really cool. We have really great sex. That's the main focus. So I had a little sprung moment last weekend. I went to go get my nails done. And as I was getting my nails done, I was like, oh, I'm going to get like all these cute little like pastel Easter colors. And like, I was sitting there looking at the lady, and I was like, I really want to get a design on my nails. She was like, oh, what you want? And I was like, I don't know. I think maybe like some stars, maybe a moon, maybe, I don't know. I didn't know what I want. And then I said, you know what? Could you do the initials of the guy that I'm having sex with? And she was like, well, I don't have stickers. She was like, I would have to like write it out. I was like, can you just write it out? So we were going to do his whole, like the 2 initials, but she couldn't do one of the letters. Her hand kept shaking. I was like, let's just do his first initial. And so I'm really walking around with my nails done cute with a man's initial. What grade am I in? What grade am I in? What grade am I in? I sent him a picture. Well, Kiki gave me the great idea to send him a picture of me playing with my pussy and be like, do you like my nails? And he was like, is that a C? I thought he was going to block my number. He was like, why didn't you put my name?
Why did you think he was going to block your number?
Because that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. But I think guys like that. They like
it.
feeling like, you know, you're theirs. Even if it is like just sex and fun or whatever. They don't give a fuck.
Right.
Okay. So my cocktail. I had a flashback while I was listening to one of my books. I've really been on a book kick. I've been trying to like just listen to more books. And not watch as much TV. Although I love TV. Anyway, so I had a flashback to high school. And I had this boyfriend in high school, and I I'm sure that I told y'all about my horrible losing my virginity experience. But I don't know if I told y'all about this. So before I lost my virginity, we had not had sex. We had only done other stuff. I hadn't sucked his dick or nothing like that. But he ate my pussy, a little fingering, the warm-ups. So it's about to be prom. It was his prom. He wanted, I feel like I'm about to sneeze. That's why I keep making this face. Hold on.
I hate that.
And it's like that. It's like, come on, if I'm a sneeze. I guess not. So we're getting ready for prom. And so getting all of this stuff and just trying to get the plans together. Where are we going to prom? Not where are we going to go to prom. What are we wearing? What are the colors? How are we getting there? All this stuff. Mm-hmm. He decides he wants to get a hotel room after prom for us to stay in. Okay. I knew eventually I was going to have to go home. I couldn't be out till 6 a.m. I already knew that. But, you want to get a room. I'll go to the room with you for a while till I got to go home. I'm not getting in trouble.
I'm not getting in trouble.
So he was like, I don't know what I should tell my dad. I don't know what you should tell your dad either. Shit. This was your bright idea in the first place. And I know what it was. You were trying to fuck me. But are you going to tell your daddy that? I mean, I don't know the situation with you. I don't know what to tell you. This is boy stuff. You do it. So anyway, he tells his dad that he wants to get a hotel room. I don't know what exactly transpired after that because he never told me. But next thing I know, he calls me. And he must have had his dad right there. He was like, my dad wanted to talk to you about getting a hotel room and why we need one. Here he is. And just puts him on the phone. When I tell you, I was very much like, wait, what hotel room? What are you talking about? I have to go home after prom, Mr. Such and Such. I don't know what's going on. I think that some people are just trying to get them. They just want to stay out. It's our night to feel grown, but I won't be staying there. So there's no need to be talking to me. Nigga, what the fuck? Why would you put me in that situation? And it's not like it was my prom and I'm trying to get parents and do some sneaky shit. No, you had this idea. You want to be grown, be out here fucking little girls. Then you need to talk to your daddy and grow up. I could not believe he told me that he told his dad that and then had his dad call me. I was so pissed. And so I thought about it in the book. And he reached out to me. This was a couple years ago, but he reached out to me and was asking me just, the basic, how have I been? And then he tried to flirt. And I'm like, aren't you married now? What do you want? I don't know if he's married or not.
Miserable.
Huh?
People be married and miserable.
Yeah, and I get it. If you made a bad decision, but that ain't got shit to do with me. Anyway, that's my cocktail, and it was some bullshit. And I hope that, if you're young and listen to the show, first of all, I don't know why, but don't ever do nothing like that. If you want to, you need to just come up with a lie all the way around like normal kids do. Get the room your damn self and tell your mama that you're going to sleep at your best friend's house that night. Both of y'all get your stories together. And I
also just want to suggest, if prom ever does come back,
don't
lose your virginity on prom night because you're going to be sad 10 years later. Just wait.
It was not. The next time I had sex with a new person, it was a much better experience. It still hurt because I had only had sex with that other guy twice, but it still hurt for quite some time actually. But it was just a much more enjoyable experience. And yeah. So anyway, that's it for cocktails this week, you guys. Please send us an email, cocktails.atl@gmail.com. If you have a story you would like to share with us or have any other inquiries or anything, check the description box for the promo codes for the different things that we shared and sign up for Patreon, patreon.com/cocktails. New bonus episodes every week.
And you guys don't forget to sign up for the Paradise and Vibe yoga retreat. I will be there May 1st through the 6th. It's in Jamaica. So go to paradiseandvibe.com and sign up.
All right, you guys, make sure you also follow us on Instagram at Cocktails Podcast. I'm at Kiki Said So.
And I'm at Coffee Bean Dean.
And until next week, you guys, goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Population. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Sweet on the track. Bye. 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 Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.